this is Shatira with Shape Value Lingerie, and you're watching No Fluff TV.
This that NC State, riding round in my NC place, the tall hills and NC State. Yes, NC's great. Cheer wine in my NC State. Wouldn't rather be in any place. This the NC State, riding round in my NC place, the Winston Rams and EC State. Yes, NC's great. From Cookout to Bojangles Place. Wouldn't rather be in any place. This the NC State. It's a beautiful day in the R. Alright, so what up, y'all? Welcome to No Fluff TV. This is a channel where it's NC first for all of NC's own. I'm the P, and guess what? I got a special guest in the building. Goes by the name of Eternal.
Word up, what's good? How
What's
you
up,
doing,
man? What's
Glad
up,
to
man?
be here. You already know, man.
I appreciate you coming. Appreciate you coming.
You having me.
Yeah, man, no doubt, man. So, you know, this platform, like I said, is for all of, NC.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Even though I know you're not originally from NC,
Mm-hmm.
but you've been down here for a minute,
Right?
You know, in school and everything.
Yeah,
so
my second home, man.
Word. So it's for us right here. So, man, the first thing I do with interviews, and even with the conversations, we do no fluff questions.
Okay.
Are you willing to participate?
Yeah, man. Come on, let's do it. That's what I'm here for.
So basically, in this box is a bunch of random questions. You know what I'm saying? We just tell you not to fluff. You know what I'm saying? We changing the language out here.
Okay.
It's not no cap no more. It's no fluff.
All right, I'm with that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
out here.
basically, I'm gonna choose a number between 1 to 10. You choose a number, and we find out what the difference is.
Okay.
Okay. And so, what's your number?
5.
Oh, my number was 5.
Oh, word?
Yeah.
That's
So-
crazy.
So you saved today. You saved, unless you just want to pick one just for
Yeah, I'll pick one for kicks, man.
just for the kids. Okay.
Yeah, I ain't gonna fluff now. Come on.
Okay.
Word up. Alright, let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
What is your dream car? Oh, man, that's easy. Cadillac DeVille.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
My pops used to drive
Word.
the 95 Caddy down
Word.
FDR Drive.
Yeah.
Bumping Dr. Dre.
Word.
Yeah, so just Dr. Dre instrumentals.
Yeah,
Play
yeah.
all the cursing. But
Yeah.
we knew what the music
Right,
was.
right.
But I just, ever since then, like, you know how Cadillacs are a staple in African American
Right.
culture.
Yeah, definitely.
But yeah, my pops had one. That joint had the leather seats, man.
Yeah.
Blue exterior, white interior.
Mhm.
I was like, man, I need me one. So
Word,
they
okay.
don't really make the DeVilles anymore.
Like a
but like
classic
a
joint?
nice CTS.
Mhm.
If I find that body, I'm copping. But
Okay.
yeah, right now, a Cadillac ATS or a CTS,
Right.
I'll be good.
Yeah, you might have to drive through one of these small towns,
Mm-hmm.
and some old guy got it parked somewhere probably. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right?
Right.
Like,
It's,
yo, how much,
it's
man?
true, man.
How much? Word
Yeah,
up.
man. So yeah, I appreciate you. Like I said, I appreciate you coming through the No Fluff TV.
Mm-hmm.
Appreciate you participating. So, I know where you're from originally, but tell everybody where you're from.
I'm originally from Brooklyn, New York City.
BK.
Yeah, BK all day. You know what I mean? And like I said, a lot of us come out here and establish a home here because
Right.
of the people, the camaraderie down here, the cost of living,
Right.
the land, the space, how we really want to live, how we
Right.
all should live, you know what I mean?
Right.
NC is a dope destination. That's why it's
Yeah.
not a secret anymore,
Right. And what brought you down here?
School,
Okay.
and I went to school in New York, but I wanted to feel like a rites of passage, like could I make it on my own and stuff like that. And I was recommended to Shaw University by my high school basketball coaches,
Right.
and I was like, NC is a dope destination, so I applied to some schools in Virginia and some
Okay.
schools in North Carolina. I was
Gotcha.
like, I've always heard good things about North Carolina. I got
Yeah.
family in North Carolina,
Word.
so
Where at?
hold on, I got family in Wilmington. I got family
Okay.
in Charlotte. I got family a little deeper down in Georgia.
Okay.
So I got
Yeah,
family
yeah.
in South Carolina too.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So how was Shaw's experience?
Mine was topsy turvy.
What happened?
Yeah, but like I give it up to my alma mater.
Okay.
I was a little bitter at the time, just due to the financial establishment
Okay.
on the hierarchy. As
Okay.
far as it was tunes of embezzlement going on at the school at the time.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and
I think I heard something about that.
yeah, it's just I didn't feel like they were doing enough for the students.
Okay.
At the time I was there.
Yeah.
But
when were you there?
I was there from 2006 to 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, so I graduated 2011.
Okay.
Yeah, so but on the other side, I've met a lot of great friends who became brothers and sisters to me.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I learned a lot.
Mm-hmm.
I learned about life. You
Mm-hmm.
know, as well as a lot about education in my field of psychology. So
Okay.
yeah.
Also, you like a psychologist.
Well, I use it in my everyday trades. You know.
Okay, so are you gonna use it on me today?
No.
Okay.
No,
Okay.
yeah, we just talking. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got you. Okay.
We
I
just
didn't know if
talking.
you were trying to get into my brain a little bit.
Nah, man, I'm
Right.
trying to figure my own brain out.
Yeah. So, being that you from Brooklyn,
Mm-hmm.
you have so many legends out of Brooklyn. So are those the only influences you have? I mean, of course you've been influenced by, Biggie and them, right?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Who
Biggie,
else influenced
Pop,
Okay.
Most Def.
Most Def, okay.
Are we just talking hip hop? We talking
Just
all
in
genres,
general.
just people.
Whatever, yeah.
You got a lot of them on the wall, to tell you the truth, you know?
Okay.
Dr. King, of course.
Right.
Malcolm X, when I was 11,
Right.
I was watching Malcolm X religiously. Like every
Right.
night I would watch that movie. That movie's 2.5 hours.
Right,
I
right.
was putting 2 VHSs in.
Wow.
Watching it every day
Yeah, that's
when I was
dedication.
11 for a summer. Yeah,
That's
just
crazy.
he intrigued me so
Yeah,
much, and then I went
yeah.
into his essays and his speeches, and I loved how he could just articulate himself
Right.
in front of these like college educated dudes. He
Yeah,
never
yeah.
went to college, he went to prison, you know what I'm saying?
Right,
His story
right.
matched with how he changed it around and became a leader amongst
Right.
nations, the nation, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? And then influencing the world.
Right, right.
Like Malcolm X is my dude, not taking no fluff. You know
Right.
what I'm saying?
Right.
Not taking no fluff.
No fluff.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Absolutely. So, Malcolm X, Miles Davis. Before
Oh,
I was
wow.
heavy into hip hop, and
Okay.
he was all around me. I was deep into jazz first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So
And
Miles.
who introduced that to you? Your pops?
My mom.
Your mom, okay.
My mom. Just hearing it, playing in the house
Yeah.
and whatnot, and then I was like, I felt like I was a little musically inclined. So
Okay.
when I was in elementary school. I
Okay.
was in the choir first, but when I got to junior high school, I was like,
Okay.
I'm gonna try an instrument, see if I can do
Okay.
it, And I was like, I always wanted to play the trumpet because it's heard over everybody else, you know what I
Right.
mean, with them high notes and everything.
Right.
So when I heard Miles Davis, and when you hear a song like "Kind of Blue" or his duets with Coltrane, you don't really know the names or anything like that,
Right.
but it's like, man, this sounds incredible. Who's
Right.
that? You
Right,
know?
right.
And like ever since then, I fell in love with Miles, and he was real vibrant and a revolutionary himself because the different he wouldn't be afraid to tap into other genres of music with his trumpet, and a lot of traditionalists in the jazz field like frowned upon that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right,
So
right, right.
he wasn't so just besides music, it's a lot of influences out there that influenced me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you come to North Carolina?
It was in 2006.
2006. Okay, now did you hear about who was influencing the people here with music? Like as far as North Carolina artists?
Well, yeah, I was looking for where the culture was.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
I was looking for the hip hop, I was looking for the ciphers, I was looking
Right.
for the dope hip hop venues and everything like
Right.
that, because I really wanted to come down here and see if I could establish myself outside my immediate circles.
Right.
But I did hear about Ike and Shites, Troop 41, cats like that was making a big name out here for themselves. Of course, P.D. Pablo. I heard that on a national scale before I
Right.
even came out here. Just some 1100 Hunters. Those are my brothers.
Okay.
They was making noise in the underground scene, heavy
Right.
noise. Lazarus. Have you heard of Lazarus?
I heard that name.
Yeah. So that was he's part of 1100 Hunters.
Okay.
Yeah. Who else? 06, 07, 08.
No little
Drake
brother.
London. Of course, little brother.
Okay.
I'm.
You
my
thinking
head is
under?
like
You go
more,
under.
Yeah, my head is like.
Yeah,
really like
and
underground,
actually,
you
I'm
know
glad
what
you're
saying?
doing that because
And
know,
little
like,
brother in Justice League, themselves was underground.
Right,
Then,
right.
Yeah, they made.
I agree.
A mediocre garage. Yeah. So
yeah.
of course, little brother.
Yeah. And
That goes without saying.
yeah, and and that's where I would like to be. Sometimes we do only look at, or some people just only look at the top, but I like to try to mention the people who don't get mentioned. You know what I mean? So we can shine some light on them. So yeah, that's dope, man.
Word up.
So, how has these, when you mentioned, Miles Davis or Martin Luther King, how have their lives and their, given to the culture, or what they gave to the culture or gave to black people, whether it's through music or through their own activism or whatever, how has that shaped you as an artist?
It made me not be afraid of being who I am. You know what I'm saying? Not being afraid to speak out. It gave me empowerment. Just to see what they've done, all the hardships they've been through, and to be able to persevere. And that's like an overlying theme of our existence. After we've been infiltrated. You know what I'm saying, in our native countries and everything like that.
Right.
So, they definitely gave me empowerment. They made me step on my vocabulary.
I'm noticing like you hit me with like dictionary words right now.
Yeah, well.
I mean, I feel like you're trying to embarrass me a little bit.
Nah, not at all. Not at all. The thing about it is that I love to read.
Right.
I love to read. And if I didn't know a word when I was reading, I would have a dictionary right next to me, and I would like look up the word, you know? And then I didn't even know I was helping hone my skills as an artist, because in hip hop, words is your arsenal. Those are your weapons. You know what I'm saying? So if you got plenty of weapons, you shouldn't have a problem getting your point across. I
agree.
Yeah,
I agree. I mean, I felt the same way even when, sometimes I'll be talking and I'm using a word. I didn't learn it in school. I actually learned it through hip hop.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I remember one time I used to call my cousin, this girl, and I would call her and we'd be talking about, different songs or whatever. And I was like, yo, this Genius verse, and he's like this and this. And she was like, yo, how did they know so many words? Or, they're so smart, that type of thing. So, like, that's one of the positives of hip-hop, man.
Right.
And so, is that what you want people to get from your music? Do you want them to say, oh, how intelligent we are, or you want them to kind of learn something? Or both.
I want them to feel empowered like I felt empowered by my my heroes.
Right.
I want them to feel like they could, be comfortable in their skin. You know what I'm saying? I want in my own ego,
right.
I would say, like, if they go and be like, yo, what's that word? You know what I mean? Let me look that up. I've done it. I've listened to albums like back when I was 21, and I listen to it now when I'm 34, and be like, oh wow, I didn't even know what they was talking about right there. You get a deeper level of understanding. So if they could come back to my music and get levels of understanding, that'd mean the world to me. You know what I mean? Because a lot of the stuff that I say is layered. A lot of stuff that I say, I want you to think. It's like I want you to feel like we're having a conversation when you listen to my music.
Right. One of the things you said a few minutes ago, you said, these influences help you to be more comfortable being you in your music. And so what does that mean? Who are you?
Me, I would say my mind is revolutionary. I would say that, I care about my people, like 100% care about my people. And within that, I want to help them. But I know I can't help each person individually in the way they need. So I'm thinking this would be my music, my message, the way I move, the way I live, the way I act. Will be a testament to my my care for my people. And, you may not want to do it the way Eternal does it, but you can care for your people the way you need to. And just like we was talking off air about, building together, that's how we build. Let's get back to the foundations that made our people the most powerful people on the planet. You know, let's get back to those foundations. So that's how I learned through Public Enemy and you know, Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Like let's get back to that. You know what I'm saying? And it's happening, but we need it on a mass scale. You know what I'm saying? A mass scale. So if you hear Eternal, he's not afraid to say like, yo, they still killing us out here in the streets. Cops are getting away with murder. They got laws implemented and judges implemented to enforce these laws, and then they got the cops, you know, being told by their lieutenants and their commissioners that you have to have, you know, this amount of arrest, and then prisons have to have this amount of occupancy rate to get funding. You know what I mean? Then you should be, you know, able to go out there and, like, if you don't want to say it yourself, at least empower yourself to know. Don't get caught up by the system at all, for example. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we help each other, you know, in each of our own ways.
Right. And so you dropped Age of Eternal earlier this year.
No, I actually dropped Age of Eternal in 2015.
Oh,
and this one.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And I only say that because when I saw it, when I listened to, I hadn't listened to all of it, but I listened to. I thought it was this year.
That's good. Okay. That's a great thing.
Oh, so
that's a great thing. I want people to feel like it came out yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
But that brings me to the point. What you just said on the album, you had a song called "Record," and you said they always want to give us a record, or they want every one of us had a record, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So break that down a little bit further. Like, you know, like, what do you mean everyone that have a record?
Well, in the song, I try to put it in two different entendres as far as a record. They want us sonic warfare. They want us to have a record as far as they want us to say all this dumb stuff on our music and just perpetuate an ideology that our melanated people are just out there selling dope. You know, just being misogynistic, chauvinistic. You know what I mean, things of that nature. Just perpetuating a negative image of our, you know, of melanated people, our people, black people. You know. So I spoke on that, but I also spoke on, like, what you see every day on CNN and ABC and Fox and MSN, that they want to give us a record as far as a jail record, because that's the new slavery. Two new slaveries: financial, and then locking people up, caste system. Because once you get a criminal record, it's almost impossible to be like, to feel like you were a citizen of society again. It's like they don't want you to be a regular citizen no more. You can't get the same jobs that you had before, or had an opportunity to get before. You can't vote for X amount of years. You know, they just want you to be like, either be over there, or they're putting your back to the wall to where you're like, you can't do nothing. And now they don't. I always recommend everybody read, and now I'm getting a little passionate about it because it's crazy. I reckon it's crazy. I recommend everybody read Michelle Alexander's The New Jim Crow. She breaks it all down, like all down to the point where you can actually, like, learn how not to get caught up out there. Because once you get a jail record, it's like you branded. You know what I'm saying? You're branded as, you know, an ex-con or a negative drag of society. And nobody want to give you a second chance, which kind of could almost lead you back into that path because you feel hopeless. You know what I'm saying? So I speak on that, and I say $75 million in taxes last year to see these racist overseers harass us over weed and hashes. A lot of that was them locking us up over petty, you know, marijuana charges. You know what I mean?
Do you smoke?
From time to time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
From time to time, but it's not something, you know, like I need to do with anything like that. I'm more of a drinker, you know. That, yeah, that's more of my vice there.
Gotcha.
But yeah, so they lock you up over that, and I was actually working at, I think it was Harris Teeter at the time, and I was listening to Al Sharpton's podcast. I forget the name, but he was talking about last year, you know, we paid $75 million in taxpayer money and we're getting locked up over these, these weed charges. That's how much they spent to enforce, manpower to lock people up over marijuana charges. You know what I mean? And you see the demographic of people that's getting locked up over this,
Right.
and it's 80% plus African American and Latino people of color. So
Right.
I was furious when I wrote the track. I was furious.
This that NC State, riding round in my NC place. Them Tar Heels and NC State. Yes, NC's great. Cheer wine in my NC State. Wouldn't rather be in any place.